What brings you to AGU this year?
Well, I came to present my work, to exchange ideas, learn a few things.
So what real-world problem does your research work try to solve?
So my work is looking at flood maps. So we are looking for areas where there were floods and delineate exactly where the water was. And with that information, we can assess damage, see what population were affected, what infrastructure was affected, what types of land cover was affected. And hopefully that could also serve emergency responders to help that in the future.
So in your opinion, as a researcher, what is the biggest threat to be concerned at the moment?
Probably it's a cliche, but I'm concerned about climate in a short, medium term, and also long term. I'm not sure exactly where we will be in 20, 30 years. So the next couple of generations will certainly face some challenges.
So considering this particular challenge, how do you think we can make the future better?
I wish I had an answer for that. I think we know, or at least can predict some of the changes that we might see in the future. So we need to take action. We can start just individually, but also as a community, as social beings. What exactly is needed, I don't know, but we are in the time where we need to take action.
Yeah, so any final words to people around?
Yeah, be kind. Go out there, enjoy the outside, enjoy life.
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. The AGU, as we all know, that it is a good platform for the researchers, because in the AGU there are from the whole world researchers present here, and they present their research finding. So to understand what other part of the researchers are doing, that brings, I think, for me in the AGU. My research is basically based upon the debris flow modeling, because for our country like Nepal, where the topography is very fragile, so there are so many incidents that have happened due to debris flow. So my research focuses on debris flow. Of course, I think artificial intelligence is one of the threat, and other is, say, the ethical consideration in research. These two are the major threat in the research. We have to give equal importance to human mind. Not only artificial intelligence, and human emotions and human minds should also be included in the research, and we should have follow the ethical standard of the research production or research doing. That should be done. Please do research related to human beings, for the welfare of human beings. Enjoy your life and present your research in the whole world, and do as you like. Thank you.
Thank you.
I've been participating at the European Geoscience Union every year, AGU, and I thought it was finally time to fly across the pond and see what all the fuss is about here in the US. So what I'm trying to solve is the issue of not having granular enough data for water quality measurements. So we have a lot of water issues in the world, but we don't have enough data. So I'm trying to build low-cost sensors to create networks of these sensors so that we can take these kinds of water quality measurements. I think the biggest threat is that I think rivers aren't hyped enough. Like, fresh water is so important, it's essential for life, and rivers are such an integral part of that entire hydrological cycle. And I think we're really concerned with a lot of different things, with carbon capture or carbon dioxide and the oceans, which of course are very important, but I think rivers are falling through the cracks, and I think that we should be way more concerned about our freshwater systems. I think it's definitely to think about rivers, to love your home river, to go out to the river and to talk to your local organizations to see, could you organize a river cleanup? Could you organize a low-cost sensor? Can you organize a home river bioblitz? And can you try to, protect that river? Yes, go kayaking.
Hello, good morning everybody. Basically I normally attend AGU, so I want to meet people with different discipline and working on same discipline and to have connection with students, colleagues, researchers. So I normally come here for that purpose. I try to translate science-based simulated result into community. So I always try to come up with some sort of simple result, but derived from physics-based model. So I always want to solve water-related problem, but try to come up with some sort of thing that people can understand. I personally think scientists are doing their research on different disciplines, but when we think of human decisions or thinking to do any kind of yes or no, we don't follow model results. So always I feel like human decision, they don't converse with model results. So there is a way gap between translating science into community. That is a trait, like people, they don't really either follow the science result or even try to understand what science is trying to say. Maybe if possible, we can think of bringing community from the start of planning projects, or try to make decision support tool in terms of like mobile apps or something which people like to play with, and doing that they also learn something. This is the hot spot or cold spot for any time of hazard or something like that. Be chill, try to think of looking at importance of data, because without data it's difficult to even think of what's happening. So data can come from any sources. Even our verbal communication can be some sort of data, or satellites, they are also offering us data. So try to have consistent long-term data in terms of everywhere, wherever possible.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This year, let's see, I've been working hard in a couple of years on a research project, bringing together all sorts of different disciplines with satellites and water and rivers and water quality, and I want to tell people about it. So I'm very interested in water quality, and especially in sediment in rivers, but the problem is we have no data to talk about it, even though it's so important for both rivers and oceans and people. And so what I try to do is bring all these different data streams together to monitor and to consider sediment in places where we don't have any sort of data from before. I think the biggest threat, I mean, I always think in terms of water and in rivers because I'm obsessed with rivers, and that's why I like to study them. But I think that rivers, honestly, like people, are very stressed out right now from so many different sources and so many different things. And so I think the biggest threat is just from this acceleration of different stresses. That's a good question. I think that the best thing, the better future we can do is everyone just doing something small to help out all of these different things, either in their backyard or something, but focusing and deciding to just do something or anything for these sorts of challenges to begin with, and not just sit or just read about it. There's nothing like just going outside and being next to on a river or going on a river trip with people where your needs are your needs, like food, water, shelter, friendship, and scenery. And I think those are the things that I remember that's important and fun.
Thank you.
Everybody should
You
do
did a
that.
great job.
Yeah.